go. Here we go. So, this video, I guess a white man found out that his daughter was dating a black man. And he's got a problem with it. And it's caused some problems. Check out this police body cam about the situation.
So this girl right here started dating a black guy. Her dad found out and he's pissed. He lost it. Check this out. You can see that.
And if you watch them enough, you know who's talking and who's laughing. You know exactly who.
Right there. My kid did that.
Yeah, you can check the DNA. I did not bite him. He's a liar. So he's drunk and started at dinner. He started calling my boyfriend
verbally abusing her.
I have it on video, which is a slur. It is not.
Yes, it is.
I don't like that.
One person at a time.
I'm the mom. This is the child. That's the father. You be quiet. He doesn't like the race she dates. So he was verbally abusing her. He was. And we left dinner because of it. We left, came up here, and he came up here drunk and did more verbal abuse to where it became physical.
Okay.
He ripped my hair out of my head. I have
She has extensions and...
I mean...
Verbally abusive. I guess he was physically abusive too, because he ripped her hair out of her head. All over melanin. It's ridiculous. I continue to, and I stand by this, racism is one of the most stupid problems that humanity has. They will actually judge on the amount of melanin that you have in your skin. How stupid is that? But just people that claim to be smart that actually truly believe in it.
How much has he had to drink today?
Way too much.
What is way too much?
He's
probably like 8 beers.
8 beers.
Yeah, 8 beers is a lot.
Not like over excessive. He's just got a lot of anger because of what she does, and it came out tonight when he was drinking.
Do you want to see the videos?
Sure.
I don't.
No.
Mama's like defending him. He's not over excessive. 8 beers is a lot, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The alcoholic could tell you it's not a lot, but that's a lot of beers. You know what I'm saying? And he just got a lot of anger because of what she does. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there are bad men in every single race or culture out there, okay? You can find a man that will treat your daughter like gold from any race on the planet. But if it's not the color you want, all of a sudden it's a bad thing. Let me tell you something. I was the victim of colorism from my first girlfriend's family. Not all of them. They looked like the DeBarges, okay? So they had a problem with me because I was brown skinned and I was from the other side of the tracks. So I treated their daughter well. Yeah, I mean, man, their daughter got along really well. There's the one I told you I looked like a young Jada Pinkett from Jason's Lyric. Anyway, so she had a brother that was mentally off. He tried to fight me for some stupid stuff that they used that as a reason to break us up. However, years later, she got into a very tumultuous marriage, if you know what I mean. Okay, and yeah, it was kind of funny. She had a child from this man, and they ended up running into me when I was working another job, and they seen where I'd grown from 18 to 22, 23. 2 different looking dudes. And they met me in my super glow up phase. And boy, did they want me to date her again. Invited me over for dinner, offered me all types of dessert. You should have seen how her mother specifically was treating me. I literally couldn't believe how I was like, what is this, invasion of the body snatchers? Because I know how she treated me before. And now she's treating me like she literally rolling out a red carpet for me. Oh, you want this? Oh, you want that? Da, 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 da. So, but at that point in my life, men, you change. Women do too, and at that time, she was no longer the type of woman I was really looking for. And she also had a child from another man. And I just, with the past that she had with him and how he was and all that stuff, I didn't want any connection to that type of person for the rest of my life, especially if I decided to get with her and to raise this child. I don't want none of it. You know what I'm saying? So they missed out on a good man that already treated their daughter like gold. Why? Over melanin count. And I think the dude that she got with ended up being darker than me in the first place. Just like, anyway, let's keep it moving.
Motorhome down the street. He could go to the motorhome.
I want to press charges if I can.
Shut your mouth. You don't want to press
Yes,
charges
I
against
do.
your dad. He's a great dad. He doesn't do this on a normal basis.
All right, how old are you?
14.
I'll be 15.
She's 14.
Okay.
She
So,
doesn't.
all right, so
Shoot, but pressing charges might teach him a lesson. He might need to learn a lesson if he's acting like that. You know what I'm saying?
run me through the day about what happened from start to finish.
Everything's been fine all day. We went out to dinner. He drank a few beers. She was talking about her boyfriend who lives in, she met just this past weekend, who lives in Colorado, or not Colorado. What is that boy live? Cleveland, Ohio. He got pissed about it. And it went from there. I mean,
Okay, well, elaborate on like went from there.
he said basically that he's not giving his to her to give to somebody else, and they argued.
Yeah, 2 right?
Came back 20 minutes later. She was calm. He still continued to.
So he was here, she left.
No, we were downstairs at dinner.
Right, but then they argued, and then she left.
Came back to the room, calmed down, went back. Can you guys give me a water? My mouth is so dry.
I don't even have anything.
Came back to the room because she was upset. Came back down.
People's mouths get dry when they're nervous.
He still continued his verbal
Right now,
abuse.
even.
She left again, and at this point, I left with her because he was obnoxious. I'm not going to say he wasn't. Nothing that he was saying was correct or tolerant for a parent to say to their child. Do I think he should be arrested for it? No, I think that he needs to just go away from us, and we will part our separate ways when we go home.
All right, physical between him and her.
Yeah.
What?
Well, if he was beating up his daughter over that, then that's, she can press charges on that.
What happened with that?
He was lying in the bed, verbally abusing her, and you threw something at him first. Would you throw a shoe?
He threw his keys at me.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's considered the first hit.
He threw his keys at my face, so I hit him back.
And keys can take an eyeball out and anything.
She threw a phone, she threw a shoe, he threw keys. Can't say who did what first. I'm being honest with you. I was in bed sleeping. And I tried stopping it.
And he
How was she sleeping through all of that?
also put his hands on her too.
That's because I grabbed him up by his neck.
See, you're making up every.
No, I'm not.
Protect him. Why are you protecting him?
When
Uh-oh.
she was throwing shit at him, he gripped her up. Okay? They were on the floor
I
over
didn't
here.
touch him. Actually, I stood up on the bed.
I came over here and put my hand around his neck, and he wouldn't let her go. I had my hand around his neck, and I bit him, and he still wouldn't let her go. I mean, being honest.
How was he holding?
Oh, that's from earlier. She's like, I didn't do that. The mom bit him.
I don't know, because I was in bed, and I came over here and grabbed him by his neck, so I was on the
Let me
bed.
talk with her.
We were out to
Yeah.
eat, and he just
Alone.
started drinking. And I don't know where he usually gets angry, but he doesn't usually try to start anything with me. It's usually him and my mom. So he started calling my boyfriend that, this and that, and I told him that I didn't like it, and he said he was just saying basically he didn't care that he's not, and then he said that he's not giving his money to this and that. So I got up and left the table, and I came back to the room, and my mom came up here and was like, come back down. So I went back down, and he just kept saying it still. So I just came back up to the room.
This is one chick I messed with too. I mean, apparently they were rich, or the family was. And she lived she was middle class though, but she told me that her mom was all threatening her, like, because she knew she was talking to me, but she played it off like I was a friend. She didn't tell me that her, you know what I mean? But as she's telling me this story, I'm like, her parents are racist, and now she's revealing this to me. I'm like, oh my God. I went to the house and everything. Hey, how are you? You know, and then she had a few people I worked with her. There had a few people from the job there, you know. So then she had told me they had a talk. She was like, you seeing him and this and that. And you know, your grandfather would take away your car because apparently her rich granddad bought her the car. And I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, oh God. This was a few years after dealing with the colorism from my own people. You get what I'm saying?
And he followed us up here because he was drunk and just started verbally abusing me. And he threw his keys at my face. I don't know if it was on purpose or what, but he hit me in the face when all I did was stand up on the bed. I didn't touch him or anything. He threw his keys at my face. So yeah, I picked up my phone and I chucked it at him because, I mean...
His keys hit you?
Yeah, in the face. And he put his hands on me. He gripped me up by my hair and was punching me.
What do you mean grab you by the hair and punching you?
Yeah. Take him
I was
away.
laying on the bed. Well, he had me like on the bed and he had
This dude need to be taught a lesson. Take him away.
my hair. And then he was just hitting me upside the head.
So you were laying on the bed when he grabbed you on your hair? Or?
No, he threw me on the bed.
Okay.
So I was walking and he grabbed me and threw me.
Grabbed your butt. How did he grab you?
By my hair and like yanked me. And this isn't the first time he put his hands on my mom. And I don't like it.
He's abusive.
So you were
He's
walking
abusive
by,
drunk.
what happened?
8 beers. He beaten both of them.
And then he would push me
And he's racist.
And my mom jumped.
He sounds like a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Like the stereotype that you hear about, you see it on TV and the movies. That's what he sounds like. Oh my God.
To grab him up. And he put his hands on my mom too.
Where was he punching you?
Right here.
That's sad.
He ripped one of my extensions out.
Go ahead and show that over here. I'm going to talk to him.
That's sad.
What's going on, boss?
I hope he don't got no southern accent because that's going to just complete the stereotype. I know ain't all southern people racist. I'm just saying there's a particular stereotype that you see on TV. I remember Dana Carvey doing was it Dana Carvey? No. It was David Spade. David Spade. And it was one of them too, because I always get them mixed up. He was doing the whole, like the cops and the trailer park and people getting arrested. And he had the dude getting handcuffed and he was all like, don't you touch my cigarettes! I was like, oh my God.
What happened tonight?
My daughter freaked out and fucking...
He lying already.
What happened with that?
She hit me
How?
with her fist.
You see that knot on his head? Yeah.
That's a hell of a thumb.
That's a pretty good thumb. So,
Alright, so
Must be a Nokia.
walk me through from start to finish.
so we're down having dinner. She didn't like something I said, so she punched me and she threw a drink at me.
Where?
He's adding extra, but to his story is different from theirs already.
At the bar down.
So she hit you at the bar downstairs? Alright, and then what happened after that?
I didn't do anything. I just sat there. I'm like, this is my fucking kid that I've done everything in my life for, and I lived my life for, that the fellow John.
Alright, well, run me through the day. What happened? Run me through from the time that you were at the bar till why we're here.
Okay, so we went on a bike ride. We did that for a couple hours. We come back. She's not happy with what's going on, so she comes up to the room. We stay down at the beach.
Isn't it funny how he won't say what it was? He's trying to protect his whole image in front of the cop. They don't want to tell him how racist he is.
Go around the bar. We had some drinks. She decided she didn't come down. She didn't like something I said, so she threw a drink in my face. After I bought them all dinner, she threw a drink in my face. I'm like, I can't believe my kid did this to me. I'm like, look it, why are you doing this? And she punched me in the side of my face, and I still didn't do anything to her.
And this was all at the bar?
Yep.
So without leaving anything out, without saying, because she's already told me what you said. So
Do you see any marks on her?
So well, she's already told me what the
You see any
phrase.
marks on her?
We're not there yet. She's already told me the phrase that you said and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and let's do it from start to finish.
No matter what you say, you can put your hands up, you fool. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're leaving a lot of information out. You're not. You're jumping around.
Sounds that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are
Hold on.
So you guys
Hold
are
on.
at the
What
bar.
you're
No.
saying
So you
to
guys
me
are at the
is,
bar drinking.
It doesn't matter what you say, you can put your hands on somebody. That's what you said.
No, that's not it. Now you're putting words in my mouth. I'm trying to get you to tell me from start to finish, and you're being very, very vague.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
He is.
What happened up here?
What's going on, sir?
She's going to jail.
What happened? Hitting the side of the head?
She hit me.
Okay. Do you lose consciousness or anything?
If you're cool with your kid hitting you, I don't care what you say.
Okay, so run me through. You said you went to the bar, right? You went to the bar. You guys had some drinks.
Although I've always heard with domestic disputes, if it's between two people and they get there, I always hear the husband or the wife or the boyfriend and girlfriend. In this case, it's not that, but if you both have marks on you, you're both going to jail. However, if only one of you has marks on you, the other one's going to jail. So if they both don't have marks on them, apparently he's got a knot. If she ain't got nothing on her, they might take her.
And then you said then you said something, and she hit you.
No, the N-word.
Okay.
So you're afraid. You're afraid of that.
So then,
Because
Hey, are you going to want to go to the hospital? Or?
oh yeah,
You are?
she's going to jail. She
Do
is
you want
going
to get
to jail.
transported though? Because
Yep.
all right, let's go. Yeah.
Look at my head. She's going to jail.
All right. So you will go to the hospital, right?
and
Yep.
all right. So then, what happened when you guys came back up here?
Nothing. Everything happened down there.
Everything happened down there.
100%. That kid does not put her hands on me. I'm a grown ass adult.
And you got her and her mother saying that they were fighting on the floor in that room. So you got him saying everything happened in the restaurant. And both of them saying that they were fighting in the room and the mom had to bite him to help get him off of her. Something ain't right.
Sorry.
What happened down the bar?
Right now, we're just here.
Oh, she threw a pop at her.
All right. He's claiming that she hit him downstairs at the
You
bar.
could, like I told him, go downstairs, ask anybody in that bar. It's a restaurant, we were eating dinner. Nobody put their hands on nobody. The only thing that happened is she threw a pop at him for verbal abuse. After 20 minutes, I have texts.
How did he get the knot on his head?
From him being down on the ground, holding her down.
Do you guys need any medical in here, or
The guy is sitting over there.
everybody in here is fine then?
He was down.
They might
on the
take
ground
them both.
with my
We'll see what
daughter.
happens.
I was sleeping in bed right here. I had to get down on top of him and get him in chokehold to try to get him to let go of her.
Can you imagine that, sitting at dinner with your parents and one of them's just going off? I ain't gonna just calling your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, slurs. No matter who you are, you know what I mean? Whoever you're dating, whatever that slur is for that race. Could you imagine that? Listen, and she's only 14, so it's not like she can really get away yet. But you know what I'm saying? I'd already mapped out my plan to get away out of that house.
Still wouldn't, and I bit him. And he still didn't let go.
And that's how he got the knot on his head?
All three of them might be gone.
That's not a rug burn. That's a hematoma.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell
They're
you.
gonna check you out if you want to just.
Oh, yeah.
See you over here.
She's going to jail. 100% she's going to
Hey,
jail.
let's get you over here in this chair back here. We're gonna
She's
do
going to jail tonight.
I'm telling you.
So that's the hematoma.
She did not do anything to him. I promise you. My daughter was trying to stop it. She left the restaurant. I'll show you the text. She left the restaurant twice because of him, because he's verbally abusive. She dates a bunch. He doesn't like that.
Yeah, they haven't been anywhere else.
How did he get the knot on his head?
When he was punching me, I was hitting him back.
When was this? Or where was it?
When he threw me on the bed, when I was telling him he was hitting me
Okay. What happened at the bar?
at the bar, Hold up.
Get off your phone. Get off your phone. Hang up with your
I'm
friend.
on mute. He called me up. So I threw my drink at him.
I told him that.
Oh, okay.
Here's the text is when it started. Your food is here. Come back now. I showed her food. He said he will stop. Please come back, please. She said, I'm good, thanks. You could box my food up. Tell Dar to grab my shoes. Vape. No, come back. It was harmless. Harmless. I wrote harmless wrong. I tried telling her that he didn't mean it. Like,
Sound like he
his
meant it.
head looks,
He should not have put his hands on me.
I promise you, sir, that this doesn't go on all the time.
Well, she said otherwise.
That don't mean nothing. Yeah, she did. He said it ain't the first time that he put his hands on her mom, and she doesn't like it. Now, the cup, I don't know how. I mean, she had to throw it pretty hard, but if it was a glass cup would definitely give somebody a hematoma. Plastic's usually lighter, so I don't know, but
You're the only one that I haven't talked to yet. I've talked to everybody else and all that stuff, and so what happened? Yeah.
He was drinking and he was just like slowly starting up an argument, and then he started like saying stuff that was actually like getting to her, like calling her fat, calling her saying she's a, and because her boyfriend's mixed, and they were arguing and stuff, and then he started saying he didn't want her in her, that's not his daughter, and this and that. So she threw a pop at him, not the cup, she threw like the
soda.
Yeah, the soda at him. And then she left, and then we were all upstairs, me, Anthony, and Michelle. We were all upstairs, me, Michelle. And like 2 hours later, he came back up screaming, saying that we got him kicked out. But he got himself kicked out because he was there 2 hours previous of us being upstairs. But anyways, when he got up there, he started screaming at her, calling her names again. And then finally, she was telling him to shut up and this and that, excuse my French. And he threw keys at her. And she was like, I hate you, you're not my dad. Then he threw the keys at her, and they started going back and forth. And he said that how this is why her brother doesn't love her and this and that, which was Richard. He's in Michigan right now. And he said he's going to give all his stuff to her brother and this and that, which is not his real kid. But it's still her brother because Michelle's kid. And then she got mad, she stood up, and then he attacked her by like grabbing her, and then he started grabbing her hair, calling her little and this and that. And then Michelle jumped in the first time and was pulling them apart and stuff, and then he finally let go. And then I told her, let's just go down here, and then we walked towards the door, and then he attacked her again. And we were like all on the bed, and I was pulling them apart, and I was on top of her, and he was on top of me. And
Okay, you said on top of her. Are you on top of Michelle or what?
Sorry.
Okay. So
The little girl,
okay.
yeah. Well, not little
All
girl.
right. So you're on top of Angeline.
Yeah, because
How was she on the bed?
he was over her like this, and she was laying down, and she was like, he had her arms like this with this arm, and then he was pulling her hair. He had his hand wrapped around her hair. So I got between them, and I got on top of her, and then I grabbed his hand out.
Okay, so you kind of like basically wedged yourself in between the two. So he's basically like standing up over her like this, and you came in like this?
Yeah, and Michelle was like on the side of him, screaming at him and trying to pull him off, and I was grabbing her hair in his hand, and then I was trying to like let down.
Grabbing her hair, like Michelle's or his hair?
And
You were grabbing.
no, he was grabbing her, and I grabbed like his hand, and then I grabbed her hair, and I was like screaming.
Trying to pull the hair out of his hand?
Without like pulling it out of her head.
How did he get the knot on his head?
That was the third fight.
what?
So, and then yeah,
Fight.
and then we finally got off, and then I pulled to the bathroom, and then we called the cops, and then we came out, and we were trying to get to the door again, and they started fighting again, and we were on the bed.
How did they
again.
start fighting again?
Because he kept screaming at her, talking about her boyfriend, calling him that and stuff, and she was telling me to record and this and that, and then they started getting physical again, and then we were all back in the same position practically, and then this time me and Michelle were like pushing
This family's a damn trip. This family's a trip, man.
him that way while she was like right there. We were pushing him that way, and then we all felt.
You know, I remember asking my mom. I was like, "Do you care? You know, what color I date?" And at the time, at the specific time that I asked her, I only dated black girls at the time. And I asked her, and she was like, "No, as long as she loves you and she treats you right, I'm fine." That's what she told me, without skipping a beat. She didn't have to think about it or nothing.
We Ronnie did. He smacked his head off the table.
Okay, so the table, it wasn't anybody hitting him. He fell and hit the table?
No, I would not be able to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a hell of a knot.
Yeah. When we were on the bed, he was trying to punch her. That's why when I was like in the middle of him, he was punching her with like, he would lift his hand up from where he was holding her, and he would try to punch her in her back, but he'd be hitting me in my back. But I know he wouldn't try to hit me. He was trying to hit her, but still he was hitting me in my back because he was trying to get to her, and then he still had her hair. Like, that was the main thing he was going for, was her hair.
All over skin color. All this over skin color.
All right, man. So just coming up. All right, Mr. Tyrone, you're gonna have to take a ride with us tonight, okay?
All the humanity.
If you're cooperative, we'll do 2 sets so you're not too cramped.
Yeah. You wanna take your wallet with you, your phone?
No. Any guns, knives, hand grenades, explosives?
So he's going because all 3 of their stories basically corroborate that he's the problem. And, you know, so it is.
Last time I talked to the police station, they weren't very happy with me.
Yeah, they kind of frown on that.
Yeah. These ain't Spanish.
But you definitely need to work on your handwriting. You definitely need to work on your handwriting.
I will give this to your wife.
Now, here, go take him to your car. I'll give that to him. I'll collect the statements.
Okay, got it.
Always cracks me up. I watched enough body game videos where like a cop will be having fun with him and joking and all extra polite after they had to chase him down or beat him up or something like that. Like, it's always funny to me. They didn't have to do that with him, but it's just, you know.
It's going to be, because it's domestic violence. It's because you can't do domestic violence on the.
Yeah, his life is over. There's no evidence of him hitting her though. Like if he was punching her like those other girls were saying, I heard 2 witnesses. Well,
Yeah,
Kevin
3.
And her sister.
3 witnesses.
Well, Kevin, look at this
That's
dude.
what I just said.
That little frail girl, and she doesn't have a mark on her. What are you talking about?
Well, it was blurred
If
out.
she had anything wrong with her, a cop would have walked up. Oh my God, what happened to your face? What's up all that bruise and look at all that swelling? He's the one with the knot on his head. At the very least, it's public indecency or public intoxication. Indecency? Public intoxication. Disturbing the peace at the very least. But that guy's in the wrong.
That is true. Maybe public intoxication, disturbing the peace. But all 3 of the women are like, could they all be lying? Yes, they could be. It seems like they're not.
If you have a problem with your daughter dating outside of her race, that's something you do behind closed doors, and you want to remain calm. You don't want to be hurling the being violent towards your kids.
Right.
I get that. You're going to lose your daughter.
Yeah.
And then, sound like to me, he already lost.
Yep.
You're going to lose your daughter, and she's going to end up with a black guy anyway. So, I mean, his approach. I'm totally against. You can date whoever you want, love whoever you want to love. It's just, it's surprising people still think like that.
That's what I said. It's very surprising. It just seems extremely lowbrow. I don't understand how. I just don't get it.
Well, if you was white, you would think that way too. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, you would. No, like, what? My daughter's a. Hey everybody, if you support what we...
All right, y'all. Good Lord. All right, y'all. At the very least, because he had the mark, if the girl did, see, they kind of cut things. I don't know if the girl had anything on, any type of marks or scrapes on her at all. At the very least, the cop should have took both of them. But I guess because all 3 of their stories corroborated, and then you got him telling this, he's just the way he was telling. It's like, okay, something's off, and he's drunk. Okay, it's probably him. So yep, off he goes. Well, maybe he'll learn this time not to harass his daughter about the color of the person that she's dating. I could get if the person is a bad person, treats her wrong, abusive, whatever. But if it's just the color, what the is wrong with you?